Okay, so I'm going to start over and let you know that my name is Melissa Tressler, and I'm excited. I'm very, very excited that you want to learn more about the Tuscano website because it truly is a tool that you can use 24/7 to make your job a little bit easier. So, as I was mentioning, the logins, you can log in with your email address as long as your email address is not a shared login. If it is, you must use the number sequence. Every login has a number sequence behind the scenes. And that number sequence shows up once you're logged in here as well. You can see the first set of numbers is your Tuscano account number. The dash number tells us who in that account's logging in. If your email is unique, then you can utilize your email. So this is a toolbox view, and as you can see, you have many options for you to take advantage of. And even if you're not in this view, you still have the ability to get to the items. For example, here's your online rating, and here's your online rating. It takes you to the same place. And as I was showing before, you have the ability to create a favorites list. So if you find a rater that you're using a lot and you don't want to have to search for it every time, just put a little heart beside it and it adds it to your raters, or your favorite raters. Anytime you're done using it, maybe your job changes and you're in a different department, you can also change your favorite raters. And as you can see, you can do a web quote, you can have web indications, you can submit things online, as well as some of them have phone quotes. You can search anything that might have a rater in it. And as you see, it filtered down all of those raters to anything that had GL in it. So I'm going to go back to the toolbox, but like I said, you can get to anywhere on the toolbox using any of the other options because we try to give you more ways to get to the places that you desire to get to. For example, underneath the rater section, there's an application section, the same as up here in the blue application. Again, takes you to the same place. Now we have a lot of applications. We have 694 on here. And this gives you the ability to search by maybe you're looking for a particular company. Maybe you want to see just the commercial or personal. If you do a search, for example, let's type in law, it'll filter any application that's tied to anything law. When you're doing the search, less is more. So you'll get more results with less information. So I want to take you back to this view. And as you can see on the left-hand side, you have some fill-in applications. You can see the word fill-in as opposed to just a PDF. Some of the fill-in applications, not only can you fill it in, has been replaced. Well, let me get to here. Sorry about that. I just happened to pick the one that's being worked on at the moment. Some of the applications have a submit button at the bottom. So not only can you fill it out, but you have a submit. If it doesn't have the submit, at least you were able to fill it out and you can save it and then forward it over to our submission email address, which is submissions@tuscano.com, or personal lines is plsubmissions@tuscano.com. And I'll show you where you can find that information as well a little bit later. But not only can you pull up a PDF of the app and possibly fill it in, but you have the ability to email it. So let's say there's a producer looking for a certain app and he calls his customer service rep in the office and says, can you email me this app? Or you might be saying, okay, I'm going to email this directly to the insured and let them start filling out information that they know. So that's the application area. So next I'm going to take you into what we call the My Accounts area. This is an excellent place for your customer service reps. When I click on the link that says policies, it brings up the list of your Tuscano policies. You can filter by, I wrote a risk with Deb Stoner and I can't remember the name of it. You can filter down and see which policies was written with Deb Stoner here at the office. You might not know the name of the insured, so you can type the name of the insured and then hit your search. It filters down just your name of the insured. When you find the one you're looking for, click on the policy number. That takes you into that particular policy where you can see the insured's information, the policy information, what carrier, the effective date, the status, if it's agency bill, direct bill. On the right-hand side, you can see the name of the underwriter and the assistant underwriter in case you need to reach out to them, as well as how to report a claim. Now, down at the bottom, you have all these little tabs. Limits and premium just recaps that for you, what's on the policy. The accounting tab will allow you to see all billing transactions that have taken place on that particular policy. And if you have a manager level authority login, you can actually access the make a payment area. So let me talk a little bit about the authorities. We have 3 different levels of authority. We have a user that cannot get into anything accounting wise. We have a manager level who can do everything user and get into the accounting. And then we have an administrative level, which is the highest level, and it can do everything on the website. And I'll show you where to access the admin area closer to the end of the webinar. So this is also where the policyholder can, if the insured is sitting with you and you're already logged in, you can still access that policyholder area. The schedule will be, of course, this is an example of commercial auto. So you have all the vehicles as well as the drivers. And you can also pull up one individual ID card and reprint it if the insured is stuck at a wait station and they lost their ID card, because we know how often that happens. You have the ability to issue certificates of insurance right on our website, as well as open ones that have been issued prior. You also have the ability, when you're creating a holder, to email or fax directly to the holder right from our website. You can also add special wording or ask for additional insured. But what happens when you do any of the special wording or any of the additional interest, it will throw that certificate into a submit status. And we have a wonderful person named Mary Jo who works on the certificates, and she starts working with the carriers, working with the underwriting team to get that certificate approved. Once it's approved, she'll email it back to the person who's logged in. So even making requests for additional insured status certificates is easy on our website. The Documents tab will show you all the issued documents, the original policy, the issued policy invoice that went with it, the endorsement, and again, the corresponding invoice that went with that. And you can open a PDF copy at any time. If we know the account is financed, we'll have the information in there. So not only can you see the information, but you have the ability to make a change request. So let's say there is oops. Let me get back to here. Get back in here. Change contact, submit a request. There we go. So let's say you have to add a unit onto this policy. You can do a policy change request. Put the effective date in. Let's say it's going to be the 16th. You can actually upload a file if you'd like. And you have the ability to email you a copy. So I would, if I was filling this out, I would say, yes, I want a copy of what I sent to Tuscano. That way you can see when and what you sent to Tuscano for your file whenever you're submitting a request. And you can just type in whatever you need to in there and hit submit. Very easy, very convenient. It's a wonderful tool for customer service reps. It really, really is. So I'm going to go back to my toolbox. Any questions so far? So before, I had mentioned that I enjoy interactions. So at any time during the presentation, if you would like to unmute and ask a question before I move on to something else, please do so, because this really is your webinar and I want you to get the most out of it. So if you have a question that I didn't cover because I am trying to go through everything and touch on everything, just let me know. The accounting area is another great place for your staff. So if you have accounting staff, you definitely want them to get in on the accounting. Let me see if I can, I'm going to quickly change to my other account and see if there's anything in the accounting. Come on, open up. There we go. There, that's much better. Okay. So currently you have the ability to add your banking, and you can add several banking accounts in here. This would be the bank account that you are making ACH EFT transactions to pay your statement, pay invoices from your agency's account. I can view current open items, or I can view these statement items as of when we closed last month. I can say, you know what, this current balance doesn't look right. How are they coming up with that number? Anytime you want to see what generates, you will see the actual invoice number and the premium that it's being charged that generates this particular balance. So you also have that ability. You can change the date that you want the transaction to take out of your account. So let's say you want to wait until the insured's check clears. You can actually change that date until November 20th when Tuscano accounts are due. So you have the ability to view your current statement, not only in a PDF version, but in an Excel version if you prefer to see your statements in an Excel version. You also have the ability to look at prior months. So you're not limited to just this current. If you forgot to look at something or you're confused about something that might have happened last month, you can pull that up as well. This section over here I want to talk about is electronic direct bill commission. So you can sign up and have your direct bill commission automatically deposited into your account. The same way you can have electronic deposit of credit balances on agency bills. So you no longer have to wait for Tuscano to issue a check and have the Postal Service mail that to you. You can actually have it direct deposit into whatever account you prefer, and it just makes it so much nicer and quicker for your accounting to get your money. So I really enjoy showing off our website because I honestly think it is something that can greatly help you help work with Tuscano. And if we can make it easier to work with Tuscano, then we can build relationships better. So if you work in personal lines, we have links to the personal line carriers. These 3 carriers have their own external portals that you have to be appointed with through Tuscano to access them. And when you are, that's how you can either create an account with them through Tuscano. You have to be logged into Tuscano's site first so it recognizes who and what agency you're tied to. So I'm going to go to the product pages. These commercial and personal drop downs that you see can take you to the product pages where you can say, you know what, I want to look for professional liability errors and omissions. So you pull it up and it gives you a little rough idea of the coverages. It shows you the underwriting team of who would I need to reach out to. Shows you what states that we could possibly write in, or if there's caution, there might be limited, coverage or carriers. We might be limited in the carriers, or nope, sorry, we don't have that in that particular state. It'll show you if there's any easy raters, easy ways to obtain a quote, what forms we might ask for, and also what other related products. So if you're writing the E&O, maybe you want employment practice liability or cyber liability or, just other coverages that might help that insured as well. So that's the way a lot of the product pages are laid out. So you can either use the drop down and say, whoops, let me get back to the drop down and say, I want to see just general liability. Then it shows you the general liability page when you have your individual products on your left to be able to quickly click on. So that's our product pages. Same way with personal lines. You can look at any of the personal. So the difference, I want to show you the difference between the phone numbers. So as you can see, there's 800-442-8063. Same way with at the top of our website, 800-442-8063. That goes to our receptionist. And you can ask for whoever you want. You can ask for a certain department because you're not sure who to ask for. But if you notice, we have 866 numbers as well. 866-442-8063 bypasses the receptionist, and if you know the person's extension, it will ring right at her desk. So we always show the phone extensions anywhere we show the 866 number. For example, I'm going to take you to the staff page. So on the staff page, again, we're showing the 866 number and then everyone's extension. So let's say you don't know your person. You just want to talk to someone in underwriting. You can just click this button that says Show Only Underwriters, and it filters out everyone except for the underwriters in the various departments. If you want to select a department, let's say you want to talk to somebody in package property. Again, you can select or unselect your Show Only Underwriters for that team. I'm in the information technology team. So here's my profile. Anytime you find someone, if you click on the profile, we ask the staff to ask some questions about themselves. Tuscano Agency is all about relationships. We want to build a relationship with you. And in doing so, to make it easy, we gather information about each other. So for you to get to know us better, we don't want to be just a person behind an email or a person just behind a phone. We want you to get to know us, and we want to get to know you because we care about our agents. We care about helping you make your job easier, help you protect your insureds. So we have asked our staff to answer some questions about themselves. So you can go through and look at any of the staff profiles and get to know them a little bit. You can find out, for example, you can see who has horses, who has dogs, who's addicted to caffeine, coffee, who's, just any information about them that you want to know. So let's say you're working with a underwriter and you're like, I want to get to know her a little bit better. You can go ahead and check out the staff page. So that's the staff page. I'm going to go to the contact us, which you can also find over on the right-hand side. The contact gives you some email addresses you might want to take advantage of. So for example, if you're requesting loss runs, you don't have to know the person or the department or anything like that. You can just send it over to loss runs. If you're not sure and you need help on the website, you can email helpdesk@tuscano.com. Agency changes, you can send it over to broker changes. So let's show you real quick the admin area. So a user and a manager will see profile right up in this upper right-hand corner. An administrator sees admin. Now the admin area will show you how we have your agency set up, how we have the agency name and address, phone, legal name, EIN number. Shows you what states you have told us that you're licensed in, that you had given us copies of your licenses. If you are set up with appointments through American Modern, Aegis, or RLI, those carriers that I mentioned before, it'll display if your agency is set up already with one of those carriers. It shows you what direct carriers you told us you have direct, because there's no sense wasting your time giving you a quote for something you already have. So knowing who your direct carriers are helps you and helps us to be able to get your quotes out quicker to you, because we're not spinning wheels on something you don't really need. So if I hit edit, I can easily fix any of that. I can say, okay, I'm licensed in Florida, I'm licensed in Georgia, and these are our direct companies that we have. Now, policy delivery and renewal quote delivery. As normal, standard in our office, whoever the contact is on the policy, and how a person becomes a contact on the policy is they email or send over the submission. We look at the agency and we look at who sent it in, and that person becomes the contact on the policy. Or if you're logged into our website and you're submitting business through the website, we can tell who's logged in. That person will become the contact on the policy. So it's very important, not only for the 3 levels of authority to not share logins, but if you're submitting business, we're going to be corresponding with that person who was logged in, while the person who actually did it is sitting there saying, why is Tuscano never answering me? And the person whose login they were using is sitting there going, why is Tuscano flooding me with these emails? I don't even know who this insured is. So it's very important not to share your logins because of the way it's used. But we can deviate for that. So let's say you have a customer service rep that you would like to receive all policy issued documents instead of them going to who sent it in, because that person might be a producer that's always out on the road bringing in new business. We can set that up for you. We can set it up that every correspondence will go to that person until we issue a policy or issue an endorsement. That would go to your designated person. Same way with renewal quotes. If you have one person who works on all renewal quotes, you can set up renewal delivery. So let me submit that. You can add branch locations. And here's all your staff. This is where you can add a new staff member. You can see who already has access to our website. This, of course, is our test account. So it looks like everyone in our office has a login, but if they didn't, I can easily click on their name, click edit, and create a login and say what level of authority I want them to have. And whatever email address is in here, when I hit update profile, our website will email that person their individual login. So you don't even have to worry about telling them that you created a login because they're going to get it. You can fill in any information if you have their broker's license number, their expiration date. You can fill in all that information. You can add staff. You can delete staff. So let's say, let me see, which one do I have here? I usually have a couple goofball ones that I add in. Let's remove. I usually have one that's called Scooby-Doo, so I know I can remove Scooby-Doo. So are there any questions so far? I don't want to be talking about things that you don't find interesting or that you need. But here's the way you can delete a rep. It's very easy. If they're listed as a contact on policies, it'll probably ask you to change the policies before you can delete the person, which again is very easy. I can show you how to do that as well. But before I finish up with you, I wanted to show you this search bar. Now this is a heaven sent too. If you're not sure where to find something, like if I just start typing daycare, I don't hit enter, I just start typing it, it will filter down and show you any product pages with that word, any underwriter that might work with a daycare, and then the staff page that you might find that information on. So let's say we want to do truck. So when I start typing trucks, there's two different rate things, there's two different products, there's the underwriters. You can also look up a carrier. So let's say you are working with Eastern Atlantic. You can look up a carrier. You can find their NAIC number, their AM Best information, how to report a loss if it's after hours. So there's a lot of things on our website, and where you find that is under Home, Companies. But if you're not sure where to find it, just type in a search box. We have a frequently asked question area that will pop up randomly. When you find a question you have, just expand it or collapse it. There is, let me look up special event. On some of our pages, you will see live support. If you see that, take advantage of it. You might have a customer on the phone and you don't have time to put them on hold. You just want a quick answer. Take advantage of the live support where you can chat back and forth with one of the underwriters and get your answer while you're talking to the insured direct. Easy, easy. Is there anything that I didn't cover that you were hoping I would show you or explain to you? So go ahead and unmute your phones and let me know if there's something that you would like to see. Maybe I didn't cover it. Everyone's too shy to ask me. I see somebody unmuted. Anybody have questions? No questions? No? Joey, I see you have your hand raised. Is there anything I can do for you? No? Okay, well, if everyone's good, I can go ahead and close down the webinar. If you're looking for webinars, let me show you where that is. If you're looking for them, it's under the home events area. We have a lot of different webinars. We have this one. It's usually held the second Tuesday of every month. So if you have other people in your office that you feel would benefit from this, have them sign up for that. We also have an upcoming instant quote webinar, Modern Link collector cards. So you'll randomly see different webinars that you might be able to take advantage of under the home events area. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and close down the webinar. If you think of a question that you didn't get a chance to ask, or once you're working in the website and you think of something, give me a call. Again, you can just go to the staff page and go to information technology, and there I am. So give me a call, send me an email, whatever's convenient for you, and I'll be able to answer any questions. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you really enjoy the website and can start building a great book of business with Tuscano. So have a great day.